Hello and welcome to another episode of Facebook Live with the Kingdom. I'm joined today by Adam Steinhardt, Managing Director. And Charles, what are we going to talk about today?
Hi Alex, thanks very much for having us Friday. So looking forward to going to the pub actually. But talking today about how to get more sales leads from your website.
Oh yeah? So how exactly do you do that?
Yeah, look, it's an interesting one. Everyone wants more sales leads.
Yeah.
And the thing that's changed in a big way is that the old methods of getting sales have pretty much become largely ineffective. So if you look back in time, we had the traveling salesperson that would go around and knock on doors. And so back in those days, if you wanted more sales, you'd actually just go and get more salespeople that would go and knock on more doors and create a bigger region, which was how it was done. Then of course, more recently, over the last 30 years, back in the 80s and 90s, the yellow pages, big impact. People would make phone calls, people would receive phone calls. A lot of the business was done by the phone. Then, of course, about 91, 92, the internet comes along. And with that, it took us a while to work it out, but it wasn't really until we started getting decent sort of speeds. The old dial-up modem was a bit slow. And let's not forget that, 94, 95, when you had a web page, not many other people actually had one. So you weren't really quite sure as to what the point of it was. And so a lot of the websites back in those days were really just glorified yellow pages ads that were actually slapped up on the digital screen. And of course you had to be pretty clever not to be too big and fancy with your website because the phone lines are just too slow. But of course what happened, it was Google came along, and when Google came along, the search engine revolution really made it that you had to have a website because you were being found on desktop. But the big impact that's changed all our lives is late 2000, mid-2007, Apple released the iPhone, the smartphone. That starts the smartphone revolution. And that's where we are now, where you've got in your hand access to everything you need. Prices, competitive reviews, range, you can see everything from all over the world in your hand. Now, how that makes a massive difference is that sales has dramatically changed. Sales has dramatically changed. It used to be that the sellers had all the power and the buyers were scared of that and had to, in fact, be protected by consumer affairs laws to make sure they weren't taken advantage of. But now it's completely changed, and buyers have all the power and sellers are completely at the mercy of the mobile device and all the information available on the internet. So you're now able to go and get all this information that you need to make a purchase and confront the salesperson with all this information and knowledge, and often the salesperson doesn't have enough. So the key to this, of course, is that where are the customers getting that knowledge from? And they're getting that knowledge from the websites of the world. They are asking, you guys, everyone's asking Google for answers. And so where do you reckon Google gets its answers from? Well, Google's getting its answers from your website. And if it's not getting its answers from your website, well then Alex, where and which website is Google getting the answers from? The answer is your competitor's website. And so suddenly your website becomes super powerful, and it becomes really powerful because that is what your prospects are looking at long before they even make any effort to actually call you. And so if your website is not up to scratch, not able to educate your future customers and prospects now, then they're going to go on Google again and go and bump out and visit another website. And this is where inbound marketing comes into it.
Oh, so what exactly is inbound marketing?
Yeah, so a good question. Inbound marketing is that process that one goes through to actually ensure that your website is able to assist a customer or a prospect who hopefully will become a customer on their journey. Okay, so your website needs to have a strategy behind it. There's more than just about us and contact us, because those days of about us and contact us really date back to the revamp of taking your Yellow Pages ad and sticking it on the very simple website you had. That's how Yellow Pages used to work. It doesn't work like that anymore because about us, our history, and contact us isn't strong enough. It's not educating the customer well enough to actually aid them in their process, and consequently they don't trust you. So we have to take it one step further. Now, with an inbound marketing approach, what you're effectively doing is breaking your website into 3 sections: top of funnel, middle of funnel, and bottom of funnel from a sales perspective. And so you're dividing your pages up to say, right, at the top of the funnel, what we're going to do here is go ahead and make sure we're providing all this information the consumer needs to trust us and learn who we are and discover a bit about us, what we do, why we do it, what's the point of us, who our team members are. All these different things are introductory
Right.
the introductory to the process. The middle of the funnel is all about the consideration stage. What reviews are there? What's the price of the product? How do I implement the product? All these different challenges to actually evaluate what you sell, the goods or service that you sell.
Right.
And then finally, the bottom of funnel questions are about the price, freighting, warranty, delivery, all these different areas that actually relate to the transaction and the delivery of the product or service. So that strategy allows the consumer to move down the funnel and helps you as the seller understand exactly what they're doing.
Right, so as a business, I mean, it might sound like a lot of work, but so what exactly are the benefits of doing this?
Well, most importantly, when you talk about that big moment when somebody does decide to actually call you or actually, reach out and touch base with you, they are a long way down the funnel.
Yeah.
They're not just saying, I'd love to be interrupted by your cold call today. I'd love to just suddenly get hit with all the information you want to tell me. It doesn't work that way. The consumers are out there trying to work out what they want to know, and then they'll get trust. And then at the point in time when they are ready, and only then, at that point in time when they're ready, that's when they'll actually try and contact you. Now, sometimes you may not even know it. They may be doing it through just looking at lots of pages. And this is where a platform like HubSpot really comes into its own, because HubSpot, being an automated sales and marketing program, allows you, along with an inbound marketing strategy, to actually fully understand exactly who's coming to your website and at what stage of the funnel are they working through. And this is done through using premium content. For example, you might give away an ebook, which is typically the 20 most asked questions about what you do.
Right.
Now, if I'm coming to your website and wanting to learn more about your product and gain trust in your company, knowledge is what I use to do that. And so by having access to download that book, which is the 20 most interesting things about your product, then straight away you're going to get some feedback that I'm there, because you'll get my email, my details. Now, as a result, by nurturing the customers down that funnel on your website, then you're able to get to the point in time when both parties are mutually happy to talk to each other. We've got enough understanding about what you need, and the customer or prospect has actually got enough trust to accept the conversation point.
Right, so how do businesses get started with inbound marketing?
Yeah, good question. So inbound marketing, anybody can do it. There's a lot of documentation. HubSpot are dominating the space. They've actually created this concept, and they're part of a category of automated sales and marketing software, which effectively has Marketo, Infusionsoft, Pardot, HubSpot. For most businesses, they are the platforms. Now, this is huge in the United States, okay? So we're talking about in the US that people have either got it, they're implementing it, or they've definitely heard of it. In Australia, it's something we are behind on. It's really going to cost you. If you're not at the moment actively understanding more about automated sales and marketing, it's kind of like being on a ledger book with a pencil instead of using MYOB or Xero or SAP or an accounting system. So it's time to move on. So how you get started will simply, first of all, understand what it is your buyers actually want to know about your product and service. So create the buyer journey, create the actual understanding, and this is done by questions. Working out what are the questions that you get every single day in your business. What are those questions, and how can you answer those questions? All the customers want to know is answers to their questions. All Google wants to know is answers to the questions it gets from its customers, which are the people searching. And so your website needs to have those answers. If it has those answers, then, well, surprise, surprise, Google's going to find you as a solution to the problems that they are trying to solve.
Right, so I mean, I think a lot of people will have a lot of questions about inbound marketing, so where exactly can they go to find more information about it and how to get started?
Yeah, well, the web, of course. So the web. Now, one of the cool things is that HubSpot is a really benevolent company. It's actually a lot of fun to work with these guys. They're very, very friendly. And they have a free inbound marketing certification on their website. And in addition to that, they also have a whole range of different marketing materials which you can download and check out. And we are talking literally hundreds of ebooks and slideshows and forms and checklists and tools to help you get started. But most importantly and impressively, they've got the inbound marketing accreditation. It's free, it doesn't cost, and they've got some really interesting stuff there. You can get the accreditation. As you know, Alex, all of our staff here have that accreditation. It's a requirement. There are about 6 or 7 other accreditations we need as HubSpot partners to get, but the inbound accreditation certainly is a terrific way to get started. It's really well done, a whole bunch of videos there. You'd normally pay a fair bit of money for that type of course, but HubSpot gives it away free. So check that out. That's at HubSpot.com. It's at the HubSpot Academy, and the Academy also has a whole range of projects there, plus downloadable items. Now, of course, we also hold fantastic free seminars. So myself and yourself and Zan are out and about all over Australia presenting these free seminars. We've got one coming up in Melbourne next Wednesday afternoon at 3 o'clock at the Adelphi Hotel. So that's May the 18th. And then we are looking at Adelaide later in the month. So we've always got something going on, plus that we have webinars, lots of information. But you know, between the two choices of HubSpot and ourselves, there's a heap of information there to get you going.
Great. Well, thank you so much for your time talking about inbound marketing. So we encourage you all to get on it. At least do some searching on the web, see what you can find out. We hope you have a great weekend, and we'll see you again on Monday.
Great. See you guys.
See ya.